Good morning. Today's devotional is for Sunday, February 14th, or Valentine's Day. So, since it's Valentine's Day, I decided to be trite and do the most common love chapter. But I think actually sometimes the verses that are read the most frequently are ones that are the most, eyes glossed over, not really paying attention. And so maybe we can take a look at 1 Corinthians chapter 13 together today. One part that I think is skipped over the most is these beginning verses. So make sure we listen from the beginning. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor, and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Now we see but a poor reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, that I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three things remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. We could probably spend, a really long time and even take verse by verse by this, so I know that there's no way to talk about everything in here. And I don't want it to just be summed up as, here are the qualities of love, and here's what we should strive to do. I think I want to focus on the power of love, and then the summation of love. The first verses explain why it's so important. I think most of the time people start with verse 4, when it starts with love is patient and kind. But these first three verses talk about all these other gifts. These are listed as spiritual gifts in other books of the Bible, in terms of prophesying and faith and healing and speaking in tongue, all of these different things. But and giving away everything, and it says that without love, all of that is meaningless. And and it says, and all of these things that God is love. And part that I think is also kind of glossed over is, after you get through the list and it's talking about how it never fails, and and all these types of things, it talks about this part. It says, when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. And it talks about the child, and then becoming a man. And what I see now is a poor reflection, as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know part, then I shall know fully. And what I think this is saying is that it's, this is a list of things for us to see, and we know that we're called to love one another, love as God love. But I think it's talking about how much, can't quite put it to words even and have it looking at my notes, but how love is perfect, but it is, we only get glimpses. In trying to fulfill this description and the love that we may have for one another and that we're trying to put on for one another, and just that, the essence of God, and that's what is love, and that, we continue to strive for that, and to just, um, I think in all of our actions, we say this, okay, to try to do these types of things in love and to be patient, and we think about these, I think, especially with people that we know that we love. But I think what this is saying is that all of it, everything can be boiled down to love. It's saying that that's what God is. God is an embodiment of love, and so, we have to start to love all people, all situations, and truly think about what this says about love. And it's not just, okay, to display this kindness. There's all of this about understanding, about, a lack of envy, not trying to not keep records of right and wrong. So there's all this. There's so many components to love that I think it's difficult for us to understand them all, and that's why I can't do a whole lesson, or could take forever trying to figure out everything that this chapter says. But I think, the taking a moment today on Valentine's Day to reflect on the magnitude of what Christ's love is for us, how it's impacted our lives, and how we've tried to bestow that to others, and how we can continue to try to do that, especially for the situations with people that might not be as easy to do so, is an important thing to remember today on Valentine's Day. So, love to you. Hope you enjoyed, and hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day.